Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of trend lines. This is standard 8.5D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 11 off the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got a scatter plot here. Shows the relationship between the height, so that's your x-axis right here, in centimeters, and then you've got your weight in kilograms. And that does make sense. As you get taller, typically, though not always, you are going to have greater weight. So your height and weight are typically going to both increase at the same time, and it's going to be close to a proportional relationship, but it's just a scatter plot, which means it's not 100% linear. Can't really write an equation for it because we're going to make a prediction for what would the height in centimeters be of a student that has a weight of 64. All right, so our weight of 64 is going to look at that top line, so that's really close to the very edge of what we've got. So what we're going to do is we are going to draw a trend line. If you had a paper pencil test in front of you, I'd suggest using a ruler, edge of a book, edge of a piece of paper, any kind of straight edge to draw this line. And what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to find a way to connect some of these dots, but you want to go in between. So kind of look for pairs of data kind of like this, where you look at them like gates and you can kind of draw a line. It's going to try to kind of get between most of those there. And it looks as if it kind of curves up right here at the very bottom, kind of like this. But the problem is we don't want a curve. It needs to be a trend line. So I'm kind of looking at the end, and I'm just going to draw it here. And I'm going to draw backwards to get my straight line, and I'm going to try to get as many of them as I can. So it's going to kind of go like this. And then what I could do is I could take that straight line, and then I could just extend it forward. All right, so it's not exactly in between all of these lines, but it's as close as I can probably get here. And so let's see what my prediction for 64 is. So it looks like it's right in between. So there's 154, there's 158. So I'm guessing mine looks like it's just a hair past the middle. So I'm going to predict that I've got, let's call that 156.5, 157. We'll just call it 157. Looks like it's just a little bit past the middle. Maybe it's close to the middle. I'm going to go back and call it 156.5. I know they're not going to give me a 0.5, but it looks like it's just a hair past the middle. All right. So let's look at our answer choices here. So A, 152. Wow. Look, that doesn't make any sense. Because take a look. I mean, even when you've got this weight right here of about 58 kilograms, it's way past that. It's like a 155. So this would either have to massively curve up, which we don't want because it's a trend line, not a trend curve, or it would just, it would miss all of this right here. 160 is going to be 154. It's going to be, that's going to be right around here. That's your 160. It would have to either curve out or look, it would miss a lot as well. So I've got 162. That's even more. That's way out here. And so that's not going to work. Oh, look at this D, 156. Well, I said 156.5 or 157. So yeah, it's going to be that 156D.